On Allspath Hill, where Warwickshire's fields roll under wide skies, St. Laurence in Meriden rises as a steadfast beacon, its red sandstone tower drawing the gaze along the ancient Coventry Road. Meriden, with its village green and weathered cross shaft, staking claim to England's true centre, draws much of its quiet gravitas from this church, perched a quarter-mile south. From here, the view unfolds to far-off spires, linking the parish to age-old pilgrim trails and the gentle undulations of the Midland Plain. The tower, built in 3 phases, with a red sandstone base, ashlar midsection, and sandstone top, houses a peal of 5 bells, each with inscriptions. There were 5 bells recorded in Queen Elizabeth's reign over 400 years ago. The tenor in B is undoubtedly the oldest and seems to be medieval. There are 16 coins, groats and half-groats dating from Richard II's reign in 1377 to 1399, and 1 French counter of the 14th century on its shoulders, waist and sound bow. A bellringers' guild formed in 1898, and the bells were rewrote in 1980. The clock, by William Leeson of Coleshill, 1856, ticks with an unusual 2-plane escapement more common in watches, its west face renewed in 1909. Lightning has struck thrice, in 1827, 1894, and 1954, yet the tower endures, its inner beam carved with W. Thompson, and 1770. A war memorial on the north wall, dedicated in 1919, honours the fallen. Legend roots this hill in deeper soil, the site of a Saxon church dedicated to St. Edmund, built by Lady Godiva on an even earlier wooden chapel, now overlaid by St. Laurence's dedication, perhaps to the Roman martyr grilled in 258, or to Laurence, the second Archbishop of Canterbury, who crossed from Kent in 604 to evangelise the Saxons. Tradition clings to the latter, whispering that he baptised converts at St. Laurence's Well in the southwestern meadows, its water once famed for healing, but now lost or dry. Though Doomsday omits it, and scholars quibble, the church's name and Well's faint trace lend credence. The first known rector, Roger, nephew of Richard, Earl of Cornwall, took office in 1236, but the spirit here feels primordial. Near the porch is a sundial, 1749, protecting the stump of the ancient preaching cross. The cross was built before the church and commemorates the earliest preaching of the gospel in the forest at this point. It must be very nearly 1,000 years old. When I lived in the Midlands, St. Laurence's churchyard was one of my favourite thinking spots. Its accessibility, privacy, and tranquility are unparalleled. I have spent countless hours here. I have never noticed that right next to my favourite spot there are blackberries, little blackberries. You see that? There you go. I've never noticed that. In my many years of coming here, I have never noticed that. It's a bit dangerous, a bit precarious, but see if I can grab one. Maybe that one might be good. Ooh. There you go. Lovely. Smells like a blackberry. Smells like a blackberry. Let me see.
Yeah, really nice. Really, really, really nice. I think I might have to have another one of those. Really, really, really nice. I'm just aware that I'm right at the edge of the wall. Let's try and grab this one here. That is delicious. That is delicious.
I have been to this churchyard many, many times. Yet, until this occasion, I had never set foot inside the church. This is a note about church accessibility, as it is quite a shame to have travelled all the way to a church to find it sadly locked. There is a great need for church wardens. They play an absolutely vital part in the life and use of these places of worship. If you have any availability to volunteer as a church warden, I, somewhat selfishly, would recommend it. I had telephoned the Reverend Kevin, who kindly dropped what he was doing to come and open the church so that I could have a look inside. The arcades, pillars, and arches dividing the nave from the aisles rest on its foundations, and there are signs of Norman windows at the western end. A few traces of medieval wall decoration survive on two pillars of the north arcade, and mason's marks on the pillar nearest the pulpit. The chancel was extended in the 13th century, and its 15th century east window renovated to accommodate the memorial window to Reverend Anthony Bliss, vicar for 55 years, from 1759 to 1815. There is considerable evidence of building alterations. Another blocked Norman window can be seen, and a section of reused Norman zigzag pattern stone. There is also a piscina, a basin with a drain, once used for rinsing the chalice after Mass. One of the most interesting and unusual features is a squint, an angled hole through what at the time would have been the outside of the church wall. Usually, they were made for lepers, unable to come into the church because of fear of their disease. Making it would have been a great act of compassion for the lepers, treating them as Jesus treated the unclean and outcast. Through the squint, they could see the Mass take place, and as far as was possible, participate in the service. After the aisles were built onto the original outside walls, the squint appeared inside the church. Beside its entrance, a smaller altar was set up where chantry priests could say Mass. It's funny, I got a comment on my YouTube channel from a
someone called Sister Elizabeth Mary Hermit.
Hermit?
That's right. She said, you know, she was like, I really like your channel because I'm ill and I can't travel anymore. And your site gives me the opportunity to visit places I can't actually visit. So I thought that was really nice, you know, to be useful.
The south aisle includes an effigy of a knight in armour 2 generations earlier than the knight in the north aisle. It is on a sandstone box tomb, once brightly painted with heraldic badges.
Here's our bell ringing room.
That's
Like
cool.
I said, we haven't got a bell ringing team at the moment. Got a couple of people, but not enough for a team. So
What
we
is
do it
that noise?
electronically. That's the clock. It's above you.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
it's a couple of 100 years old, this clock.
It's a massive clock.
Oh, it's some clock. It really is a clock and a half. Yeah.
That is cool. Yeah, this is cool. There's a like a clock tower near me, and we went up and we had to climb like 3 ladders to get up to where the clock was. But again, like a couple 100 years old. It's quite nice though. A reverend. What's the difference between a reverend and a vicar?
Just words, basically.
So it's like
It's
priest.
like a christening and a... Oh, it is a priest as well.
Yeah, no. So like you're a priest, but
christening and a
type of.
baptism.
Oh, so
Two
it's like the
words
same
that mean
thing.
the same. So... this is it. Humble little... Yeah, take one of them with you.
I've already got one.
Oh, you've already got
I
one?
took one yesterday. Thank you.
5 boxes of them
Really?
that a previous vicar got as a fundraising thing.
Oh,
And
there
they
you
never
go.
really...
They're quite nice, I've got to say. They're quite nice.
We're just happy to give them away, to be honest.
Okay.
So, here, a couple of toilets and...
That is.
So for a little... Someone goes, do you know, I'd like to come here. And I always tell people, if you're not churchy and you're worried about it, come along about 11:30, get your coffee and we'll show you around. Without any pressure or any stress or anything. You'd be very, very welcome. Just wander in at 11:30. You'll have missed the service, but you'll be very welcome to see the church and grab a coffee and whatever else is around.